American paratroopers began arriving in Poland. The first plane with 82 American servicemen of the 82nd Airborne Division landed at Jasenka Airport near Rzeszów, 80 kilometers from Ukraine. It is the first group of 1,700 soldiers deployed to fortify NATO's eastern flank, Onet.pl reported. A total of 8 U.S. planes landed at Jasenka Airport on Friday, carrying the preparatory group. Its task is to provide logistical support for the troops deployed in the Polish region. Last Wednesday, the Pentagon announced a temporary troop increase in Europe due to the concentration of Russian troops near the border with Ukraine. 2,000 troops will be sent to Poland and Germany. Of these, 1,700 soldiers will remain in Poland, 300 will be sent to Germany, and about 1,000 troops will be transferred from Germany to Romania. 3 planes with American soldiers arrived in Germany. The first of 2,000 soldiers that President Joe Biden plans to deploy additionally to Europe arrived in Germany on Friday, February 4th. Headquarters in Wiesbaden will also coordinate the dispatch of paratroopers to Poland, the Weekly Zeit reported. About 1,700 people will be deployed to Poland, and the remaining 300 should be sent to Germany. According to a U.S. military spokesman, the military is working closely with allies to move soldiers from Fort Bragg in North Carolina to Wiesbaden. In addition, 1,000 U.S. soldiers currently stationed at Nuremberg are to be transferred to Romania. The current situation requires that we strengthen deterrence and defense positions on NATO's eastern flank, said Pentagon spokesman John Kirby. He also confirmed that another shipment of weapons is due to arrive in Ukraine shortly as part of an aid package totaling $200 million. U.S. decides to reinstate exemptions from sanctions on Iran's nuclear program. The U.S. administration has decided to reinstate the previously canceled exemptions from the sanctions regime on Iran's nuclear program. It was reported by RIA Novosti, citing a statement by an official representative of the State Department. According to him, the decision was made to allow third parties to participate in nuclear nonproliferation and security projects in Iran due to growing concerns about nonproliferation, in particular, because of the growing stocks of enriched uranium in Iran. The diplomat noted that Washington sees the move not as a concession to Tehran, but as a necessary measure. Former U.S. President Donald Trump repealed all exemptions for Iran's nuclear program in 2020. 2 years earlier, Trump pulled the U.S. out of the nuclear deal with Iran and renewed sanctions on Tehran. In the U.S., the number of deaths due to the coronavirus exceeded 900,000. More than 900,000 people have already died in the United States since the start of the pandemic coronavirus. Those figures were released Friday by Johns Hopkins University, which does the math based on federal and local officials and other sources. It said more than 60,000 deaths occurred in the past 4 weeks alone. According to CNN, about a third of deaths from COVID-19 in the U.S. falls on the period from November 2020 to February 2021, when the country recorded a surge in incidents, TASS reports. A total of 76.2 million Americans contracted the coronavirus during the pandemic. In the past 4 weeks alone, more than 17 million people have been reported sick, amid the spread of the Omicron strain. Earlier, experts at Johns Hopkins University conducted a study and concluded that mass lockdowns in the US and Europe had little effect on reducing deaths from the coronavirus. The restrictions had virtually no impact on public health, but they did impose enormous economic and social costs in the countries where they were enacted, the report's author said. US coronavirus pandemic COVID-19.